Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, I find it funny when people will make negative comments on everybody's channel, right? Everybody gets negative comments. Everybody, I don't care who you are. Even if you're an established celebrity, you get negative comments. And it's funny because it seems like something that would bother somebody the most is well, maybe not the most. I mean, there's certain things that people say to me that bother me, but I'm sure if this is something worse, I'd be upset. But I wouldn't be upset, but I might be like, why is that? But why are they saying that? That's horrible. But I mean, there are certain things that people will say, and you're just like, okay, they say these things, and you just move past it, you delete the comment, and you just talk to people that are nice to you and give you good compliments. So you ignore those people. Anyway, I'm like, I find that a lot of people will get the same types of negative comments they always get. It's kind of funny because you're like, well, I'm like super good, right? So they have to pick something that's like totally not relevant. There might be like, no one ever says I'm ugly, right? Because I'm not ugly. Everyone knows I'm not. And they all know I know I'm not. So they don't say that. And then they say like, you're crazy, or they say you're insane, or they say off yourself. Things that are not necessarily like insults, because they know I'm not going to get insulted because I'm very good. I mean, there are sometimes where people will say, like, I don't like the off yourself one, because I mean, I don't care. I'm not worried about that. I would never commit suicide, but I find that if somebody gets that comment, maybe they would commit suicide, right? So I don't want that to happen. Especially with a young child, a lot of people that are young children that are on TikTok or YouTube might get those comments, and of course it's devastating. Maybe they do something, right? So anyway, I might get a comment maybe that says, um, a lot of people make comments like, "Why are you Melina when you're Marco?" Obviously, like, just be Marco. And I mean, that doesn't really bother me because I identify as Marco, but I mean, I'm just like, what if you said it to someone that was transgender? Identify as the man you were before. Why would, or the woman you were before. I mean, for me, I'm supportive of the transgender community because I'm like, they must go through a lot. Like, I just hear all these negative things. But there's obviously good times too. I've seen lots of transgender people get really married happily ever after, living happily. Like, there's a lot of them doing really well, really, really well. Like, there's actually a lot of transgender people. There's 2 million transgender people in the U.S. That's like 1% of the population, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it's quite a bit, right? So, um, it's a big, and it's getting larger all the time because people that are upset with it are starting to realize that they want to be transgendered, so they go through the changes, and so they're more open minded. But so it's getting more popular. Like, people are transgender all the time. Um, so I mean, I'm not transgender, but I don't even know anybody's transgender. I was just with a woman. So people like that, right? Drag queens probably don't know if you transgender, right? So anyway, it's just like it's a very popular thing. So I just find that, every type of person has somebody that doesn't like them, right? And those people give hate comments, right? So it's like, you can never win, darling. All right, bye now.